My entire shtick is now ruined. Bro, you got making a TikTok of that one. Oh, it impacts sales because of the next set that they show before this set is on the floor for sale.
How does one Discord?
How does one Discord? I still to this day don't really understand Discord.
You just chat, homie.
You just chat. Yo, Dragonite is getting love.
The Pokemon Center,
the Center TCG accessories for May.
Yeah,
Japanese ones, and they have. Did you see the? They have a bunch of English too, English stuff for Dragonite. So it's my time to shine. I didn't even know they made a Dragonite Pokemon Center. If you go on Pokemon Center and you put in Dragon, I know.
What are you looking for?
You put in Dragonite and there's a bunch of clothing with Dragonite on it.
Yes.
I was like, what?
There's a metallic one that just came out.
I know. I was kind of into it. I'm like, a little bit nightclubby for me, like 2007, 2008.
I liked it if it didn't have all the extra accents.
I didn't like
that
either. They have the Dragonite Dratini Dragonair pin collection, the Dragonite plush, which I think I have that one ready. They've got the canvas print of Lance and Dragonite, which is pretty awesome because my phone has it on the back. It looks pretty good. Some of it's a little bit too much. I wish it would get like a little bit. I'm really upset that I never got the 3 out of 12, the Dragonite pin that cool one. But yeah, what you gonna do?
It's cool, bro. We make our own merch here.
We don't buy merch. We don't buy it. We make it.
We make it.
Pokemon, if you're watching, he's kidding. We don't make any of that.
we are inspired
We're inspired by Pokemerch to make our own merch that may or may not resemble likenesses trademarked by
Dragon with wings.
Dragon with wings. I found a
Dragon with antennas.
I found a shiny Charizard X or Y. X is the one with the blue flames coming out of the mouth. On Amazon, and it was literally like black dragon
blue fire.
Yeah,
baby.
I was like, that's a Charizard X shiny plush.
You know who doesn't care about any of that? Etsy.com.
Yo, Etsy's
like, Louis Vuitton can't even stop us. Pokemon, good luck.
If LVMH can't do it, good luck. But yeah, today I want to talk about
Twilight Masquerade.
Yeah, I want to talk about Twilight Masquerade. I want to talk about the news that happened about a large gaming franchise that we will not mention until later in this episode.
And unconfirmed by them.
So I don't even know where they got this news from.
Well, because they said it's, what do you call it? It's being tested. So it's confirmed that like tests are being done, but it's not confirmed like this is our future strategy.
Got it. Then the last thing I want to talk about is Pokemon themselves and their cadence of how they announce product.
Bro, apparently also three Pokemon titles. Like there was a leak that there will be like already 3 games being developed for like the Switch 2.
Switch 2?
Yeah, Switch 2 is like end of this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's like almost 100% confirmed. Like
really?
Like in their earnings report
Will
last
any
year,
of them be main title?
No, not the game part. The Switch 2, I'm pretty sure was in their last earnings call. They were just like, our projection is to be launching holiday season 2025, the Switch 2, which
holiday season 2025. So not this year, next year.
I think. Don't quote me.
We got a whole long way to go.
We gotta look.
We got a whole long way to go.
I can't remember if Switch's release in the holiday season or if they're actually the weird one that like does like March, like Q1 releases.
I don't know. I just don't know. I don't really pertain to games too much. But let's start with GameStop. Okay? Can you believe?
Diamond hands, man.
Can you believe my entire shtick is now ruined? It's always like, go ahead, buy from GameStop. Go ahead, pay no money for product. You can't go there and sell them your cards, and you definitely can't play tournaments there. And then lo and behold, here we are.
Don't worry, you just got to change your content up to being like, this $80 card, what do you want, 25 cents? That's what you get at GameStop.
Yeah. So, which brings my first point on this whole thing, which we'll come back to its impact on stores. But do you think they're going to be buying TCG the way they buy games? It's like $60 game when it came out, and bring in because it's only going to be PSA. They're only going to buy PSAs.
Just PSAs. PSA.
No
8.
CGC, no SGC, 8 or betters.
It said PSA 8 again. Still, I think rumors. Right?
Rumors.
Unconfirmed. It says PSA 8 only. PSA 8 or higher. No CGC, no Beckett. And it also said not over $500.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not going to go to your local GameStop and be like, so I'd like $250,000, my man.
Yeah. But they only buy PSA 8 or better. So where are they getting their singles inventory from?
I have a feeling the singles inventory is going to be a B2B transactions.
So TCG player is going to go send a rect to them?
I think
Troll and Toad?
Someone's gone like, you need inventory. We have the network. Like, you don't need to get it from your customers. But that's always been kind of a lure to get customers in, right? So it would be strange to say we're selling singles, we don't buy singles. Because if we ever try that, they'd say, I'll go find somebody else.
Yeah.
As a local, card.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's kind of weird.
I think that's how it's going to be.
Because, like, how are they going to... Like, think about it. Like, GameStop is a big company. They've got like buyers, right? Someone manages there's an inventory management team.
I think
how are they going to roll that in? It's like
I think you're
how many GameStop stores exist?
I think you're right. I think there's going to be a little bit of their back end is actually pretty good, right? Like their back end is pretty good. Like they've got the Target.
No one's back end is good enough for theft on single cards. Let me tell you.
I just meant like their back end is good in the sense of like,
holy moly.
Let's put it this way: like when you order stuff off of GameStop, they have like the Target infrastructure kind of built in, where like it's gonna come from the nearest store that has that good, right?
Got
like.
it.
If you've never ordered a giant order from GameStop, let's say 16 items, even if you're ordering multiple quantities of the same item, you could be seeing like 35 packages show up at your door.
Yeah.
Because it's just going to come from wherever
whatever
it is.
store.
Like the inventory is not like...
It's universal.
Like, warehouse. It's...
Got it.
Their stores are their warehouse.
Got
so one could say like they have that, and then... I don't know, man. Maybe TCG Direct going to be saying like, hey, you know where you can go pick up in person now.
That's what I'm saying. So TCG Player
Direct
purchased by eBay.
Yes.
Does eBay have any stake in GameStop? Because that would be hilarious, and it would continue to corroborate this story.
No, I don't think so, but you could take a look because it would kind of make sense, but I don't think they do because they are technically the same. They have a very similar... ish model, right? Like where's the two places that are like legitimate businesses where you go to buy like used stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like you're like, yo, Facebook Marketplace, and then you say eBay, and then technically GameStop.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like GameStop is considered a pawn shop in many states.
Yeah, because it is a pawn shop in essence.
Like,
it's a TCG store in essence too. Like people bring in their stuff and they sell you.
You're only a pawn shop once you take certain things that are considered to be a pawn shop.
Yeah.
So like I think the big change happened once they started taking cell phones.
Yeah.
Like
like cell phones, not just electronics.
Like specifically. Back in the day, there's like some rules where it was like cell phones aren't considered making you a pawn shop because like I think that's where people used to get burners back in the day or something.
All right. So they'll buy this PSA 8s or better. No other grading company. They're going to have singles for sale, but they won't be buying singles in store.
So the PSA thing and the TCG player thing, and like, didn't eBay just make some big stake with PSA? Like, didn't they just buy and sell some markets between each other?
They bought Golden from PSA. So Golden Auctions was sold to eBay. eBay bought Golden Auctions. Yeah. Then eBay sold Golden Auctions to eBay. No, eBay sold to PSA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, there's a connection there. And then if eBay has that connection that you're trying to look for to whatever, it makes sense. They'd be like, we only accept PSA cards. We don't accept CGC or Beckett.
Or SGC or AGS, whoever it is.
Like, we have access to the back end if we need it.
Yeah.
Already due to our business contact.
Yeah. But the singles thing is super weird. And now apparently they're going to be breaking out parts of the stores for TCG Play.
They've been talking about that was going to,
because no one buys a physical disc.
Yeah, that's what they're like. They wanted to make stores like esport sections in their stores, and then like that's kind of been dwindling. That
because esports as a thing has been
exactly right. So then they're just like, wait a minute, like physical goods. What's the biggest issue with physical goods? Physical locations. What do we have? We have the we need esports. You don't need physical locations for everything. Okay,
but now they're going to have Pokemon judges.
Yes,
and they're going to have professors. And they're going to have to abide by Pokemon rules. I mean, if they don't do other card games. If they do other card games, forget about it. Yu-Gi-Oh!, Magic, they all have their own rules. They're going to have to learn software. This sounds like this is at the ridiculously earliest stages possible. That's beyond early. Like, this is like some guy somewhere or gal at GameStop was like, let's try this. And that's as far as the conversation's gotten. That, or they're going to have a really awesome position for like head of TCG operations at GameStop, which John might apply for. Not going to lie.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's super early. It was like they tested it out in like 2 to 3 stores, or like
have they tested it yet, or they're going to be testing?
I think someone said they test. One of the articles said like a couple stores were getting in. Oh no, they were doing the tournament already. I think they were trying to get registered as a tournament play. So yeah, sorry, I'm mixing up the two things.
Yeah, but like I said, it's so many hurdles. It's so hard. Imagine they have 2,949 stores as of January.
Well, when the alternative is bankruptcy, you're gonna work real hard.
You're gonna work real hard. Yep. So how do you think it's gonna impact us and other stores? Like this is a big deal. This is a big deal for stores. Like this kind of is like direct massive competition.
I'm just waiting for all the people to be like, so I found out how to scam GameStop. Here's your number 1, number 2 step, number 3 steps. Yeah. Here you go. Get rid of your collection. Buy your good stuff. Their stuff's on 50% off. You get like a 10% off coupon when you
use
trade
your
stuff
GameStop, whatever. Dude, I'm like, and what about returns? Like, I don't know, man. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. As a store, I don't know how many more headwinds we can face before I really start feeling like the world just hates us. We've got TikToks with unbeatable TikTok coupons they're literally spending hundreds of millions of dollars in the red loss. So that's hard enough to deal with. You got to make content now, or else you can't get discovered on Google, because Google no longer allows like 90% of what made e-commerce stores SEO-able. Because there was like, when you would search like Pokemon, blah, 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 it would be like all product, right? And this is for a lot of stuff. Well, Google's like, well, people might be looking for information on that, not just buying the product. So it's like they've been changing the algorithm, which makes it harder to SEO for product. More headwinds. Then we got Pokemon increasing the MSRP by 12.5% while the world burns. It's like more headwinds. Now GameStop is like, hold my beer. I'm coming for you, baby. I'm like, how much more can we take?
So yeah, I'm looking at another article here, and it's saying like a very specific region, someone has like a photo, and it says 258 stores will be a part of phase 1 rollout next week.
Next week.
If you would like to get ahead of the materials, go ahead and check out All-in-One Knowledge Base.
Where do you see that?
It looks like someone took a photo of an email or a tweet. It says graded collectibles.
We've got leaks already.
Exciting news. We are happy to announce that we are officially getting into graded collectibles. Starting tomorrow, all associates will have access to the main menu learning course around accepting PSA grading.
I'm surprised
it's like a photo of a screen.
Of another screen.
It could be
of a napkin at the bar.
It could just be a really good AI ad. No, I'm just kidding. That's
you know what's weird? Typically these things leak farther in advance because there's like a job posting. Like jobs start posting like GameStop looking for head of TCG. And it's like, what? You know, head of TCG events.
They need one of those.
Yeah. Sent to print. We're good. But yeah, man, I want to start with that because it was like, that was big news. It just happened before we recorded this. And I'm not going to lie. I typically don't get too scared of things. I'm like, we'll figure a way out. We can fix this. This one's like, I don't know, man. It's like you're in a ring and there's 4 corners. You're in one and you got 3 enemies, one in every corner.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm more concerned about, those offers like
Pokemon's going to treat them different.
Well, they already treat them different.
I'm saying, but imagine now. Like, we didn't have booster boxes there. Are they going to carry booster boxes now?
They carry booster boxes already, I think.
No. Not in store.
Target, though. Oh, not in store.
Target doesn't do it either in store.
Not in store.
I'm saying, like, in store. Like, our differentiator is, like, you cannot go anywhere physically today and get a booster box except for here.
You're probably going to... Pokemon is going to use GameStop to, like, up pre-releases nationwide.
Awesome. Sweet.
Like, call a spade a spade. So, to your point, dope. Do you want me not to say that out loud? Like, do
you want me to say the things not said?
What other strategy would there be? It's like, I don't like talking to my LGSs. I don't like my LGSs talking to each other. But you know who I do like talking to? GameStop. You know who already has to talk to each other? GameStop. So, like, the walls that I built up, I don't feel like getting rid of them. So, I'll just go find another guy.
Sweet. I really appreciate you, Pokemon. All right. Moving on to another fantastic topic. Thanks to Pokemon.
If you want the last little sprinkling on the top is just like, if it does launch, like, give it a year. Maybe it won't be around anymore. like that program, they'll just be like, inventory is getting stolen. The investors are mad at us. They're like, what do you mean you bought every PSA 8 that came through the store and now we're just sitting on assets?
You spent $1 million on 1 million PSA 8 Zoroarks?
Like, I think it'll be more serious if you start seeing like GameStop at conventions at the local trading.
100% will be what's going to happen.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, to me, it's like if they do launch this program and they're not doing those things, I'm like,
But if they do those things, now you're like, oh boy.
Like, if they're in the between,
someone knows something.
If they're in between, like, Top selling all these things and what is it, Ultra Pro, and like all it's like, yo, Ultra Pro, we get half the booth. GameStop.
Yeah, I mean, if they start doing that, then they must have hired people that actually know something about something.
I mean, you'd be surprised. Like, GameStop, surprisingly, like, you can be a small business and operate through GameStop. Like, you can create a product, reach out to them, be like, I want you to sell a product. Like, I just saw some other like upscaling Nintendo Switch little adapter, and I was expecting it to be like, go on this random website to buy it. And they're like, the link took me to GameStop. I was like, oh, cool.
Makes sense. But, all right. So, that's that. Twilight Masquerade. That is coming out as of recording today in 14 days, 2 weeks. We'll have our pre-release stuff in the week in advance. What are we thinking? I kind of like it. As the rest of the card list has come out.
Do I have to keep my actual opinions inside right now, real quick?
No. You got to be honest.
My actual thing is, you said 14 days from now is when the street date or pre-release date?
Is street date.
Okay, 14 days is street date. So like in 5 days, we are gonna find out what the next English Pokemon TCG set name is.
That is the last topic of today's. Relax. I just told you the thing. We're gonna talk about.
Tell me the thing?
Yeah, I said topic 3. We're gonna be talking about Pokemon's announcement of sets and how that affects the market.
I didn't know what you meant by that. I thought you meant like Pokemon games and
no.
All right.
Hold that
back.
Thought. We'll circle back. But I have justinbasil.com. For anybody who doesn't know, justinbasil.com, fantastic website. Has all of the arts up if you want to go check them out. The ARs are epic. Like, even in a set that most people are saying is kind of mid, just look at, go down to the AR page, and it just looks so good. The Lyron AR eating the garbage dumpster. The Nose Probopass. That's Probopass, right? Yeah, it's evolved from Probopass. The Growlithe, the Alolan Growlithe, right? And the what's her name? Carrie? Do you know? Remember the girl with the camera that's in the SIR?
Bro, I don't know how you're looking at this. So you're just like, you're on like fire over here. I'm over here. And
it's justinbasil.com.
I'm on it.
/visual /SV6.
Visual?
Yeah. Visual /SV6. And you just swipe all the way down because the first stuff is all just the regular arts. Yeah. I mean, these guys got leaked today or yesterday. Dude, first of all,
I mean,
oh man, I don't know some of these names.
I just want all the masks.
The masks, the ogre pawns.
Yeah, ogre pawn. I just want all 4, man.
I mean, they look epic. They look really good. Like I'm kind of into.
I mean, what do you think's gonna be numero uno?
The Greninja.
Yeah.
Yeah. That thing is so.
It's
dope.
like, why is he here? Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Does it make sense? It don't need
He's
need
here.
to. No, the Greninja's gonna be hot.
I think I actually like the full arts of the ogre pawn better.
The full art of the ogre pawns?
Like you can see him in the background without the mask.
With the masks floating above.
That's
1,
dope.
2, 3. Where's the other one? 1,
At
2, 3.
Bottom right.
4. There it is. Okay. Yeah, I mean those look awesome. The SIRs are awesome. I don't know this trainer's name. The one with the camera. I have no idea her name. But it's cool that like they have the Growlithe in the SIR version. The Growlithe is a reflection in her camera lens of the AR in the AR set.
Yeah.
So it's a small thing.
Inception.
It's the small things. Quick question. The SIRs, right?
Uh-huh.
You see the SIRs? There's 7 of them.
Mm-hmm.
What is the left one? What is that?
Huh?
What Pokemon is that? Do you know?
Oh, he's the evolution of the T guy. He was like kind of the regional, not regional, but of Poltegeist.
Mm-hmm.
They made like a matcha one.
Oh, they made a matcha jar looking one?
Matcha jar when they released the latest DLC, and then that's his evolution. So if you see the top left of his like pre-evolution, it's the little matcha jar.
Yeah, no. So I spend all day, every day of my life in Pokemon. And if it's outpacing my capacities, how is everyone else keeping up?
Yeah.
Like there's 1,024 unique Pokemon that existed at the time of not Scarlet Violet's release. It was at the end of Sword and Shield. So how many Pokemon are there now?
Scarlet Violet is what introduced 1,000 Pokemon.
Was it?
Yeah.
All right, so then it's after that one then. But then the DLCs have kept adding stuff on.
Yeah. The Goldango. Goldango is 1,000, I think.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, it's just impossible.
I mean, that Eevee card is dope.
The Eevee card is a lot of people saying is their chase. I wonder what the pull rate, like what people don't realize is the ARs are actually really hard to pull the one you want. Mm-hmm. So it's like, even though they're pretty easy to pull in general, pulling the one you want takes a lot.
Yeah, like Pinsir. I like Pinsir. Fernape.
Fernape is awesome. It's almost like an SIR.
Yeah.
Chansey, it's very SIR.
Eevee and
the Fione looks like every Fione card ever.
Dude, Tatsugiri though, if you've ever played man, what's that? It's like a board game. Sushi Go. It just makes me think of Sushi Go.
Yeah, I mean that's an awesome art. That's a very cool art. The Eevee's really dope. I mean, Twilight Masquerade is shaping up to be pretty awesome. The play mechanics that they introduced from the new A-Spec cards also just very important.
Just to go back on your whole like the cards interacting with each other. You just asked like, oh, who's that in the card? He is the evolved version of the full art. Not the full art, but the illustration rare. He's meeting a kid. And then in the SIR, he's with an adult.
Hold on. Let me see. So you're saying that in the SIR...
In the SIR, he's there, and on the left is an adult reading a book.
Oh, okay. I didn't even see that. Yep. Okay. I see that. Yeah.
With a small handprint on it. Mm-hmm. Because I think he's looking at photos of being like a child. And if you look at the illustration rare...
The regular illustration
the regular illustration rare, he's giving the kid the ink, and he has the same book underneath him.
Where do you see that?
Illustration rare, fourth one on the right. Fourth one to the right.
Oh, bruh. Emotions.
Bruh.
Got the emotions. Oh, and that handprint's the kid's Bro, you got making a TikTok of that one.
Bruh.
Fan-freaking-tastic. How did you even find that so quick?
I don't know. I noticed little details. I'm sure there's more too. You just gotta.
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be tons of them. They took the Apple, like, you know how Apple does that thing? Yeah. They took the Apple idea from the...
Speaking of Apple, did you hear they apologized for the ad?
No.
A bunch of people were upset about their latest iPad ad. And they were like, all right, we we missed the mark a little bit.
Really?
It was a little tone deaf. We're sorry. They kind of showed a bunch of creative stuff being shoved into an iPad, and people interpreted it as the iPad is the creative thing and not the people using it or something.
Oh my God.
I don't know. I could be completely changing the message that was there, but my TLDR filtered it into that, and then my mouth is filtering it into another form, and then you'll filter it another way. Yeah. And next thing you know, we'll forget about it.
So there's how many SIRs in this set? There's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 SIRs total. Mm-hmm. There's 7 SIR Pokemon with 4 SIR supporters. Pretty dope.
It's a lot of Pokemon.
But did you scroll all the way to the bottom?
Yeah.
What is up with that?
Bro, don't worry, man. That's where you're gonna get yourself some of these.
Yeah, what is that, dude?
You're gonna get some ultra premium collections.
Last night when they leaked, and I was like, "Who are these Pokemon?"
Oh my God! All right, just for everyone to know, John is in the TCG world. And he learns about the VGC stuff when it finally makes its way into the TCG.
I got 3 kids. I got the business. I got all kinds of responsibilities. I have time for one topic: Pokemon cards.
So those are the latest trio from the latest DLC. They are the ones who.
It reminds me so much of Kung Fu Panda. Not even funny. Very Kung Fu Panda in terms of the Pokemon, especially the crane-looking Pokemon. That looks like a character from Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah, so they are the 3 and then the what do you call it? The mythic Pokemon is the little purple guy. He splits open. Mm-hmm. Poison Ghost, first Poison Ghost, since Gengar or something is what they said. He gives them a little bit. He gives people candies, and they kind of become obsessed with him or something. And then that's why they all have that purple thing.
Yeah, the purple thing. I was gonna say.
And they're the ones who he became friends with 2 humans, and the humans wanted the masks. So then he had them go try and steal the masks from Ogerpon. So that's how they their plot. There's an entire little, very cute video on YouTube when they introduced that Pokemon, and they were like, this is the story behind all of these guys. This is the story behind how this one Pokemon and then these 3 guardians of his, and then how they interacted with Ogerpon. And
got it.
Why Ogerpon at first, when we first saw him, had 1 mask, and then he was revealed to have 4 masks. And it's because really only they took the 3 or something like that. And then that Pokemon got knocked out by Ogerpon and went into a slumber and is to never be seen again up until today.
Pokemon is the amount of Pokemon people are learning about with Twilight Masquerade is incredible. So many Pokemon, no one knows. Nobody. I'm like, this is cool. I mean, the art, like I said, a lot. It's introducing me to new Pokemon that I've not got to enjoy yet because I don't play the games. And that's kind of dope. It gives everybody an opportunity to kind of enjoy the IP and the work of these artists. One of my favorite cards that's coming out in this set, and I want to know your favorite card, Jason, after, is, and I don't know which Pokemon is the Pokemon for this card. That's part of the reason I like it. It's the one that has the Blissey, the Chansey, the Bellsprout, the Psyduck, the Ditto, and the Snorlax. You know me, I'm a 151 diehard. I know all those Pokemon really, really well. That card and that art is fantastic. Which is your chase? Which card are you looking to be the one that you're going to go chasing in Twilight Masquerade? Ogerpons? I think you're pretty much into the Ogerpons.
The Ogerpons, the Greninja, and definitely that Infernape. I need that Infernape in my binder tomorrow. And
are you an Infernape guy? You like Infernape?
I just I was the fire guy, so Ash getting Infernape, and then that's why we made that one sticker that you were. I was like, hey, I'm gonna make a Ash Ketchum, with his top Pokemon, and I'm like, I'm putting Infernape. You're like, why? And I'm like, Like, Infernape was the Ash Greninja before Ash Greninja became a thing. Like, Infernape had Rage Mode, and he would become, like, uncontrollable and just annihilate everything.
All right. All right. Well, Twilight Masquerade coming soon. Official street date, the 24th. We'll have it a little early. Already, people are on live streams, ripping it. Don't know how. Our distributors don't even have it in the warehouse yet here in the East Coast. Fantastic. Bro. Really appreciate all that this hobby does to help stores like ours.
Don't let your dreams be dreams, man. Just do it.
Woo! Let's go. But if that wasn't enough, Jason.
Bro, you never heard of falling off the truck?
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen whole skids fall off the truck, but hey, YOLO, what you gonna do?
You gotta pull over.
You pull over and you remove it from the truck. You say it fell. It tipped over the whole truck and just out like a jar. But yeah, Pokemon announced Twilight Masquerade right before Temporal Forces. They do every set a week or two before the next set. Okay, they've always done it this way. Well, not always, but for a long time they've been doing it this way. I hate it.
Bro, you should love it. You should embrace it.
I hate it.
How else do you plan out your days?
Dude, I hate it. I hate it. And it's not for like store reasons where it's like, oh, it impacts sales because of the next set that they show before this set is on the floor for sale. People are going to be like, I'm holding my money for the next set, right? Fine. Yes, that might be a thing. And we could talk about that. But it steals like the thunder. It makes the set that's coming out feel like yesterday's set.
Yeah. I get more upset about it too because what were we just saying about like the GameStop thing? Like, it's early, it's half baked, it's not even like fully thing. Like, everyone's talking about it now. Like, I especially didn't like when they did Twilight Masquerade because I'm still not confirmed. So are they all busting in booster boxes or ETBs?
ETBs.
So what's the?
Booster boxes.
Booster boxes.
Yeah.
Because if I'm not mistaken, does anyone know what the promo is yet in the ETB?
I don't know.
Because I really got upset with the Twilight Masquerade one because they didn't even have the promo available yet. Like, I don't like when Pokemon does that. It's revealed. It is? They've updated.
All right. What is it?
I'm assuming it's
this.
Oh, yeah. I remember this. I remember when they released it. Sorry. It's an Ogerpon.
Yeah.
Promo,
Teal Mask.
Obviously. Teal Mask. Makes sense. But, like, when they first dropped it, like, 5 days before we're selling Temporal Forces, I'm like, you don't even know, you don't even have the artwork. Artwork isn't even finally routed.
That's why Temporal Forces has done so well. They're like, oh, don't need to save my money. Like, Teal Mask Ogerpon, not really.
And I think that tends to happen right around this time. It's always like the beginning of summer, like May time, because then you get those special sets, and then that's when like the Japanese sets and the U.S. sets start to collide because every now and then like the years get broken up. But that's what irritates me even more. Is when I'm like, listen, if you've got it fully baked out and you have a strategy, you need to reinvigorate it, go for it. But like, don't just do it just to do it.
Dude, we have literally printed seal product in the store that they printed the outside of the packaging before they had art for what was going to be inside of it.
We're testing out a new vendor. That guy wanted his purchase order early.
Dude, the Paldea Adventures chest literally on the exterior shows the card backs in the places of cards because the art wasn't out.
Yeah.
that's crazy.
That's because, like I told you, like that was a new form. So they needed to get them printed, assembled, tested. Being at the assembly house in time, they're like, we don't have the cards, guys. We don't have the cards.
We literally don't have the cards yet. But outside of even stealing the thunder, right? Because it does steal the thunder, but especially if the next set is bananas. If the next set is bananas, which it is going to be, we know what it is.
You heard it here first.
Dragon Paradise. I don't think it's gonna be the English name though, right? It's the Japanese name is Dragon Paradisio.
Yeah.
Well, they have the name somewhere because it should be announced any day now. Dragon Paradise is gonna be the 6.5 English set, which is gonna be fantastic. But if they announce it so soon before Twilight Masquerade, it's gonna steal the thunder because it's gonna have so many dragons in it, and it's gonna be like, all right, well, am I gonna shell out my hard-earned cash now for Ogerpons and Infernape's, or am I holding on to my dollars for 6.5? Now, the good news is that as a store, the U.S. population doesn't really have a ton of patience when it comes to consumerism. So I doubt people are going to be like, I'm not getting any Twilight Masquerade, but I've seen Twilight Masquerade hit like really quickly a pretty low cost per box on sale. How do you feel as a store owner?
Isn't it this
whole situation?
It's the Japanese one.
The
Night Wanderer.
How do you feel about as a store owner, like Pokemon doing this all the time? Like, what is your opinion? Do you think it impacts us or not?
Well, I've been told I'm like calloused and don't have emotions, and I'm very neutral in life. So I try not to let it get to me.
Nice.
Right. Feelings validated. Analysis confirmed. I don't know, man. It's business gonna business, I guess.
Business going business.
Like to them, like we've seen it kind of time and time again. Like their relationship to their B2B partners, like you feel as though you're like trying to push this hobby. Huh?
That they hate us? Yeah.
They hate us. It's like that. It's like you offer this niche that they say they need and is their most important thing. And then like, they're like, well, this is what my customer wants. So like, you just figure it out. And it's like every other business that's out there that involves consumerism and product and relationships between a B2B or anything like that. Like there is a two-way communication. It is them going like, I'm going to do these big ads on this date. And then you were like, thank you for telling me, because like I was going to spend $1 million marketing dollars a month before.
Yeah.
And it's like,
but I don't need to now.
Is that better? Is that worse? Should I like save it for actually right after? So like you do yours and then I capture your people versus like, I'm really just speaking to my, like those conversations happen in business a lot. And we feel like in Pokemon it doesn't, and we don't know where it stems from. Right. Like,
yeah. In Pokemon, there is no communication.
No, we know there's no communication. Yeah.
Zero. Like the only time there's communication is when you've done something wrong. They're like, you sold something and it shipped to somebody one day earlier than it was supposed to. You in trouble now. And that's like, cool. Like, but it's like if we say, hey, any news coming out? Nah, there's no news. And then 3 hours later, it's like 6.5. And you're like, I just asked you if there's any news coming down the pipe. And y'all are like, nah, nothing. Radio silence. And then just like, bam, here you go.
And like the annoying part is like, that's not like when they're like, there's radio silence. Like there's so much that goes into making all these products. Like they released that like little snippet of what goes into making a trading card or whatever. It's just like, that's happening 8 months before you're even knowing of this set.
Yeah.
Minimum. They're already like starting to receive the final files at the printer.
Yeah. It's annoying. It's annoying. And it's the worst part is like, it's almost like they're talking to you. And it's like behind their back, they're also like signing to someone else because they're like, LGSs, you guys are the lifeblood of the TCG hobby. Like you teach the future about the cards. You hold the tournaments. You do the pre-releases. We send you the stuff so you can advertise and show people the art. And then they go and they're like, but you get nothing special. But GameStop, Target, Walmart, Barnes & Nobles, Amazon, everybody gets exclusive boxes that you can only buy from there. Where's the TCG exclusive box? We used to have booster boxes as our exclusive product, but then they were like, middle finger, here's a booster bundle. It's like a small booster box, more affordable, easier to digest, and sold everywhere. And you're just like, all right, so you took our only thing, dense package of packs, you broke it down into 6, and then you were like, sell it.
John, the day they announced booster bundles, I tell you
was the day they died in my eyes.
I was just like, the day they created the booster bundle 6-pack product was the day they were like, in case you still had a glimmer in your eye of hope, like
just in case you thought we cared.
Before you had to get 1 pack or 3 packs with something you don't want,
or a check lane
that has something you don't want. Don't worry, I'll just give you 6. So buy 6 of these.
Clean 6.
Clean 6.
No
clean
promos
6.
to buy, no coins to buy, no extra nothing. And
then they even redesigned the packaging.
I know. I mean, you could almost go back to the day they announced booster bundles and the way that the booster box reacted.
So my question to you though is, do you think all of that stems from the typical of all the businesses in COVID lately? Growth, infinite growth. Like they were like, I invested all this money. Like Maersk Sea Liner bought 7 new vessels because they were like, we've had the most record shipping imports.
Too much money and too much work. We need to spend.
Get more boats. Yeah. And then 2 years later, they're like,
too many boats.
We have too many boats now. Like they're not getting utilized. But thankfully, we can go right now. They have to go like around all of Africa because of the pirates. And they're like,
thankfully for pirates.
And they're like, thankfully,
you will not hear this sentence anywhere else.
We have enough boats that like it didn't actually impact timing because they're like, well, we got a couple extra, so like we're okay. And my question to that is, did Pokemon put into action a bunch of that to try to meet that demand that happened in COVID, blew up, and then they were like, well, we started making these deals. We're gonna invest in the printer, buy the printer.
They bought the printer.
Buy the printer, all this stuff, and they're like, hey, cool, all those LGSs or LLCs that were breaking down our distributor's door saying, give me. They started saying like, can I get like 40% less?
Can we cut that back?
Can I get like 20% less? And their response is like, I need packs to go somewhere. So Target.com, you get booster boxes now.
Uh-huh.
And what irritates us is when you're like, cool, can I get some? They're like, no, it's all out. It's all out. It's like, well, no.
So what you're saying is that everything that's wrong with Pokemon today is you're my fault. We screwed up the whole thing.
No, COVID screwed it up.
No. It was us.
Oh, sorry. The VID?
The VID. We don't say that here. We got to bleep that out, man. God, do they still care? I don't know.
We are not doctors.
So pirates came, and you're saying that all this is our fault, and the pirates saved the day. Got it. Okay, we've got the opener now.
I'm playing Red Team, man. You're like, why is Pokemon doing this to us? I'm like, well, if I was the business of Pokemon.
So if we were the business of Pokemon.
I was told you guys want to catch them all.
So the podcast has its cold opening. It's Pokemon did this to us because pirates and we messed everything up, and it's all our fault. Got it. Perfect.
AKA buy more Pokemon cards at your local LGS, and they'll stop sending them to Target and PokemonCenter.com.
Yeah. I mean, all right. With that, thank you for doing an advertisement for Target. Super awesome. Don't forget, go buy your go buy your stuff at xpcollect.com. Target sucks. Walmart.
Great for clothing.
Great for clothing. Bad for Pokemon. But that's it. We're all set.
You don't come to our store and see the remnants of the packaging with all the innards opened and ripped open. That's for sure.
At least yet, hopefully.
That's all I see whenever I'm at a Target or a Walmart.
Well, Walmart, this Walmart here, no more Pokemon on the floor.
Again?
Zero. You have to go to customer service.
Yeah.
And it's all behind the counter.
Yeah, because
no one bought cards.
Don't you remember when Target and Walmart said, we're not going to sell Pokemon cards anymore? And then everyone was like, well, no, they've got a lot of Pokemon. We'll take them.
Yeah. Come on in. So, all right. Well, all right, everybody. Thank you again for listening to XP Collect, the podcast. I'm John. That's Jason. Hope you guys had a good time. Don't forget, we upload a podcast every single week. So make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell thing. So that way you get the alert to the notification when we upload. Until next time, peace out, everybody.
Later.